Hello and welcome back to Rue Valley. We're in loop 88 by my counting, 56 by the game's counting, and we have searched everywhere for Frank, this signal thing. Now, we don't know where Frank is. He could be anywhere, but is nowhere within Rue Valley within our accessible position, which is unfortunate because that means we can't find him. I was thinking about this. I was thinking, what exactly are we going to do from here? I'm wondering if we're going to get some kind of quantum leap style situation where we can leap into other bodies. Because we were kind of Frank. We were Frank for a little bit, which is interesting. I'm wondering whether it's going to lean into that and we can become people temporarily. Because they've got this thing down here, right? And I've been thinking about this, and this makes no sense. Like, this is intriguing as a concept, like the fact that you can have different personality things that push you in different places. Intriguing as a concept, but fundamentally it's not really used that much, right? Like, it's used for, like, conversation things that give you a little bit more flavor, but outside of indecisive, they don't really push you into a certain path that often, which is interesting. However, if they constantly change your character, like if they changed you to Frank, right? And we had all the different options, then I could see this becoming intriguing, because they also weren't in the same order for Frank, right? Like, we have dramatic here, we have guilt-ridden here. Frank had different things. If we were somebody else as well, they could have different things, and I think that could lead to something very interesting. Having different character personalities that you temporarily inhabit. I think that could be intriguing. I don't know if that's where they're going, but I think it could be intriguing. Anyway, for now we're going to search everywhere for Frank and we're going to give up. I also don't know how long the game is, because if that might make sense if the game is much longer. If the game is like an hour or two longer than right now, then that makes no sense at all, right? Like, if we were actually at the end of the loop, which we could be looking at this, right? Like, a lot of this is filled in and connected, right? If we're at the end of our loops, then in theory, this could be like, that could be it. But I don't know. We'll see. Told to give up. You spent loops and loops searching for Frank. You walked every millihand, centifoot, every light nanosecond of Rue Valley that you could reach, but you could find neither his body nor the space debris in question. Alright. So it's been recommended we took a pill. I realized last time we took a pill... Oh, I need to go in here and get the room. I realized last time we took a pill we had a dream, right? Maybe the purple pills led to dreams.
How about check? Of course it's urgent. Our guest... Oh, hold. Hello, reception?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I am ignoring her. She rolls her eyes as well, then smiles at you as she touches the button again.
Hello? I'm very sorry. I will have to call you back later. Bye.
She ends the call and turns to you.
This is your key card.
I'll just wait for it to be over. Suddenly, she curtails her excitement as if she remembered something.
You must be very tired. Perhaps I'll tell you about it some other time. It's a really interesting story. Here, I'll just need your signature.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
All right. Right, let's leave. Let's head to our room. I'm assuming we want to take the pill. Okay. Maybe these weird purple pills are something more. Like, maybe there's something going on with them. And that's what leads us to something more. Now you even unpack this. Yeah, I can put the suitcase away. Blocked by paranoid, I cannot fall onto the bed, I have to crawl. I see. Soon dreamless sleep will extinguish your thoughts. Turn off my phone. Good, Percy won't disturb you this loop. Now, the final step. Force the pill down my throat. Using saliva as a lubricant, you help the purple capsule find its way into your stomach. That's it. All you need to do now is let your mind turn off. The images return, as always, chasing one another, but you know they'll stop soon. And as your thoughts begin to slow down and your consciousness lightens its feverish grip on you, you feel a dull gratitude for Dr. Fink and his purple pill. Forget. The sound of the loudest thunderclap jerks you out of your slumber. If only I could turn it off. Go back to sleep. Sounds like it's time. Already? Here we go again.
Still with me, Mr. Hollow?
He said Mr. Hollow again. Yes.
Your affect is remarkably flat. I can't even see you breathing.
Sorry, haven't slept in lifetimes.
Is that so? Well then, if you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight,
I'll reach for the pill.
remember, what I'm giving you is a mild, non-prescription herbal hypnotic drug. Nothing more.
I'll take the purple pill.
Hopefully, it'll help you calm down and get some rest tonight. We'll continue tomorrow. All right then. Now, you only need to pick up the key card for your room. And I'll call the receptionist to make sure everything is in order. Sounds good?
Thank you.
Oh, you must be very tired. Perhaps I'll tell you about it some other time. It's a really interesting story.
I was going to say, I think we're just going to go through the same loop again, and we are. Although I don't know why we're standing in the corner.
Here.
Force the pill down our throat. Using saliva as a lubricant, you help the purple capsule find its way into your stomach. Let's close our eyes. The images return as always, chasing each other in the same tired circles, and you count seconds until they stall. Forget. The sound of the loudest thunderclap jerks you out of your slumber. 8 more minutes.
Well then, if you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight,
Reach for the pill.
Oh, you must be very tired. Perhaps I'll tell you about it some other time. It's a really interesting story. Here.
Forget. The sound of the loudest thunderclap jerks you out of your slumber. Go back to sleep. Oh? Not even having the conversations
Transfer me to
anymore.
Bill. Why would... No, this... Yes, Rue Valley Motel. Our Coral Destiny internet antenna. No, the repair tech already came. Yep.
We're just looping again and again. Getting sleep 8 minutes at a time.
Yes, I have rebooted the...
Well, we're not even hearing the alarm clock
Of
go
course
off
it's
anymore.
urgent. Our guests don't have Wi-Fi. The credit card machines are dead. We can't access...
The frenetic sound coming from a century-old clock nudges you out of your routine. The stale air coats your throat.
Still with me, Mr. Hollow?
The pre-scripted words to summon the pill await on your lips. Just endure the next couple of minutes and you'll be in bed again, numb. But even these minutes grow heavier. You packed consciousness tight into this narrow window, only to compact it into something denser. Now each return from dreamless nothingness strikes like compressed shrapnel, piercing deeper with every loop. Damn it, this is not working.
Mr. Harrow, I am aware of a slight lack of motivation you may be experiencing right now.
You shrank the loop to 4 minutes instead of 47, crammed your world into 3 rooms instead of the entire Rue Valley. By trying to forget it, you've made it tighter and duller. You made a loop within a loop.
And we'll surely be coming back to this condition of yours later during our sessions.
Your condition. Perhaps he's right. What if your condition has tricked you? It promised you oblivion, but it only deepened your misery.
But for now, I just want you to acknowledge its existence and try to stay aware of it at all times if possible.
Alright, Doctor, I'll do it. I'll stay aware of my condition at all times. Let's focus on the void. And just like that, you obey him, fully, for the first time. You stare into the void. Does it stare back? A muffled sound of metallic clanging from the outside infiltrates your awareness. The old vending machine. You've heard that sound so many times now, but as the loop went by, you almost forgot about it. But that's not the void. You focus on the void. You suddenly become aware of a weight shifting in your pocket. It's that useless loop-resistant brick. You thought it'd be your ticket out of here. Stop. Focus on the void. Right. Stare intensely into the void. Dr. Fink has been strangely quiet for some time now. Is he waiting for me to say something? Perhaps, but you're doing exactly what he asked you to do, focusing on... You can't really focus on the void, can you? No. How could you? One can't see the absence of an image. One can't smell the lack of a scent. Or, is nothingness just an illusion, emptiness but a result of failure to find those little somethings hiding deep inside? Is it possible to find something, even in the most hollow thing, only by observing it over and over again until something eventually happens? Staying aware of my condition means noticing everything that survives inside it, despite it.
That's very perceptive, Mr. Harrow.
He seems satisfied. In one short moment, you feel a strange connection to him, almost as if he finally understood you're trapped in a loop.
And what survives?
He's asking the real question here. Is there anything outside the void? Anything that still makes you glad to be alive? Ooh. Okay. Let's say... Exploring?
Yes. Anything else?
Listening to people talk?
For sure. What else?
Learning new skills?
Why not? And, if I may add, getting to know yourself, becoming a better person, and countless other things, small and big. Things that make life worth living. Sometimes, it takes a lot of effort to do any of these. Sometimes, it's even hard to decide which one is worth it. But in the end, it doesn't really matter what you choose. One of my patients enjoys drinking a glass of lukewarm water first thing in the morning.
That's... like a little odd?
You ask why? I don't know, and it doesn't matter. They somehow started doing it, continued doing it, and with time they learned to enjoy it.
Good for them.
But one thing is certain. Completely giving up is never worth it, Mr. Harrow.
He may be right. Trying to shut yourself out of this miserable world hasn't made you feel any better. Perhaps you can't escape the loop, but there are things you can do, sensations to experience, emotions to feel. It may look pointless, but you have to try. You have to make yourself try. One loop at a time, huh? Oh, it's just sent us straight here. Every time you find yourself back in Dr. Fink's office, you make a decision to either collect all your strength and give yourself some reason to... You make a decision either to collect all your strength and give yourself some reason to live through the next 47 minutes or take the pill again. And this is this is a willpower point this is going to take. And it's our last willpower points. We've ended up with having done everything, we ended up with exactly the right amount of points for this. Alright, so...
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me?
Yes, sorry. I have to go now.
Mr. Harrow, please.
Just walk. Alright. I'm walking. I'm gonna leave here. I'm just gonna walk. Let's go for a walk. The sun still burns as bright as if it was in zenith, its heat absorbed by asphalt. Am I gonna find Frank because I'm now just walking aimlessly? Alright, you know how this walking thing works, or at the very least you knew. One foot in front of the other, muttles tight, then again and again. You'll be alright. You never know, maybe something profound and life-changing will happen on this walk through the desert. Is it moving us further to the right of the image? Maybe? A little? Anyway, your muscles are already burning with effort. Seems that the lethargy kills more than just the mind. Wipe the sweat from our brow and trudge forward. At least the sun is starting to set, so you'll be spared the warmth of its life-giving rays. The silence of dusk is pierced by the ringing of your phone. Percy, right on the money. Can't, walking. There's no way you can multitask now. Just setting one foot in front of another requires every crumb of effort that remains. Especially since there's less and less light. More and more clouds. You'll have to shamble along in darkness. About to start raining? The first drops of rain remind you that a storm is coming to deliver its downpour of rain. Even the heavens need to piss on me. You'll have to endure. Now we're soaked. It's interesting, this background is not... I thought it was just repeating initially, but... actually changes quite a lot as it goes through. Interesting. I mean, some of it repeats, but it does have some unique bits in it. Lightning splits the night sky apart, and a heartbeat later the thunder roars. Just keep on walking. 9 more minutes to endure this drudgery. And now, far to the north, roaring foreshadows the explosion of the colours that will tint the sky. The end is nigh. Just walk. This walking was hard work, admittedly, but it wasn't utter shit. Well, I did it. That's what matters. Trying was half the battle, and the result was far from your worst loop.
Still with me, Mr. Hollow?
New loop, new opportunity. Are you ready to live? I'm going to summon the will to live this loop. One loop at a time. Hold to commit. So this is why it gives you the willpower point back again and again. I understand now. So, is this the way normal people live? Not by relying on the loudest thunderclap to get you going? Not by warming yourself by using a matchstick until it burns out moments later and leaves you in the cold? Not by waiting for an emotion spark to inspire you and just riding it out for a while? It was all I had for so long. And it worked, long past its time. That's over now. It's come down to your own willpower to push the boulder up the hill. One more minute, one more hour, one more day. Be using the same tired resolve again and again and again. Sure, it's not as exciting, it's not as sexy, it's not the beautiful, terrifying roller coaster through the sky-high mania, the darkest pits of despair that you are so used to. This is quieter, duller. It's the only renewable fuel for the journey through the confines you're trapped in. And now what? Simple. You just keep pushing up the hill forever.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me?
Yes, sorry, but I have to go now.
Mr. Harrow, please.
Spit it out already!
Alright. Pleasure Drive South. Let's go for a pleasure drive south, where there's no roadblock to stop your trip. Just you, the road beneath your wheels, stretching on forever. Start early so the journey has time to breathe, time to last. Okay, it's going to be south, and that's where we're going to find Frank, because it's so far... It's the area that we could have gone to that it didn't allow us to go to, the south of the graveyard. I understand. Pleasure drive south. So this would be roughly where we meet Max Gas. The car glides down a familiar road, every bump, every curve known to you. Pass by Max Gas, Maxine inside, as always. The sun is setting. It'll be dark soon. Graveyard? Nowish? No? Oh, there you go. Graveyard slides by on your right. Keep driving. Alright. Percy, no doubt. No, I want to focus on driving. At last, the sun dips below the horizon. Clouds gather like a flock of sheep, drifting in the pen of twilight. It will be rain soon. It doesn't matter. There's nowhere to rush. Just keep driving. A little more focused. That's enough. Okay, I don't know what we're going to find. We're well past all the landmarks. The rain begins. First scattered drops, then a gathering horde, until this shower thickens and the windshield becomes its canvas. Like driving through a never-ending car wash. We've got like another 20 minutes on this drive. Interesting. This has to be where Frank's stuff is, right? To me, it's the only thing that really makes sense, unless we're going to do like another drive some other point. I mean, the other thing that we could do, not that we have ability to do it, but if we got the bike, right? We could take the bike in the car, go to the roadblock, bike to the other car, go north, then we would see those people that we saw previously. But the game has not given us the option to do that, so yeah, that's where we're currently. That's where I think the other option is for things. But it jolts you, but only faintly. You can almost predict the sound it arrives by now, or you can almost predict the second it arrives by now. Saying the right word helps. For comprehension, you know. In the rearview mirror, the sky begins to turn red and yellow. Almost time. Leisure Drive South didn't lead us anywhere. It's gotta be north then. Strange, you realise you've never done this before, always moving towards something, always with a goal in mind. Never simply going nowhere. It's easier when you have a goal. Yes, but you think only of the finish line, and now, without one, you don't think at all. Weirdly connects to my point about the game.
Still with me,
Where I'm
Mr.
like,
Hollow?
we don't have a point, as in like, it's my point was for the game when I was doing the like, I don't entirely know how to get out of a time loop point. It's like, yeah, we're going without a goal. There's nowhere in mind. We're not thinking about our actions that much because we don't have a goal, which I guess doesn't. Yeah, it's not that easy. New loop, new opportunity. Are you ready to live? Summoned will to live this loop. Okay. Let's go.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me?
Sorry, but I have to go now.
Mr. Harrow, please.
Talk to Robin about comic books. Okay.
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
Maybe I can help. She looks at you suspiciously.
Sure. Give it a go.
After you input the sequence and the machine awakens, you insert the coin, press the button, and soon hand her the freshly brewed cup as the inviting scent fills the air.
Wow, nice. I don't know how you figured it out, but... Oh, thanks so much.
She takes one long sip from the plastic cup and savors the moment. Leave. Robin about comets, that's Riley! My mistake.
Listen, I know what I'm talking about. Your repair tech said it was fixed. Can you just...
All the attention of the girl behind the counter is occupied by the ongoing phone call.
Mm-hmm.
She responds to the person on the other end. Sorry for interrupting, but I'm in a bit of a hurry. At first, she seems to ignore you. After a brief pause, she says, "Hey, listen, I'm very sorry."
Listen,
There you go.
I have to go now. So let's yeah, we'll have to manage without it today. I know. Sorry. Bye. Oh, hello, Mr. Harrow. How are you? Are you ready to check in?
Do you like comic books? Mr. Harrow, I love reading comic books. Me too. Oh yeah, what kind? Let's say... I like those slice of life stories, like really poignant, realistic narratives. Oh, I get it. It's not exactly what I'd reach for. Things are here are slow as is, so I look for something with a little more punch. Personally, I'm into epic adventures, action, heroes versus villains, last-minute world-saving, that sort of stuff. So how about you, any faves? I have a whole list, though it's always shifting, you know? Honestly, comics are basically the only art form that keeps leveling up as it goes. Seeing someone light up over something, it's refreshing. You almost forgot what that feels like. Most people file their enthusiasms down until they're smooth and cool. Not her. She lets her sprawl and spark, reckless and bright. Makes you aware of how long you've been asleep to your own, like a nerve reawakened after numbness. It's still there somewhere, just out of reach, but knowing that it still endures is comforting. Oh, she was going to say something else, but we shifted. Oh, and there we go. And it's not just the stories, but the ritual, the crack of a new issue when you open it, or arguing with some random stranger online about whether this one artist peaked in the naughties or not. seeing where an artist's hand slipped, where ink bled, where someone decided to change a line at the last minute, and when you're holding an issue from before you were born and it still hits, that's when you know you're holding something powerful. Let's make sure I'm actually listening. At first it was just noise, bearable enough, but still noise, like elevator music, her voice spilling over names, artists, runs, inkers. It's a language you once spoke fluently. There's an ease in the way she speaks, notes that come from love and lived in knowledge. And the thing is, the stories don't simply grow on you, they grow with you. When I was a kid, it was all about powers and the costumes, then it became the drama and the moral grey areas and the weird indie meta stuff. It's not just a sales pitch, but pure reverence. She is conjuring a world panel by panel, and here you are, caught right there inside it. Just when you catch yourself picturing it, the cardboard boxes, the dusty covers, the electric thrill of finding something rare, the mother of all thunders, the kind that grants unimaginable powers to would-be comic heroes, shatters the sky, knocking you both into stunned awe. It caught you completely off guard, and just as your heart races back to its senses, you savor the thrill of surprise. But Robin recovers in a second, continuing almost as if nothing has happened. So yeah, he's awesome, a classic hero, saving people and stuff. But like, he knows he's in a comic book, so everything's kinda pointless. He's totally aware the next issue will just shove him into another meaningless adventure. That's why he's called Dead End. Yeah, his costume is awesome, black and yellow, you know, and he has like a regular plain waistband that he calls his futility belt. How funny is that? He talks funny too, like he's got some over-the-top dramatic comeback ready for every ridiculous situation. Here's my honest response to Deadpool. Sounds too gimmicky. No, not at all. It's just that I'm not very good at explaining it. I can bring you a couple of key issues tomorrow if you like. Tomorrow sounds nice. It's kind of dropped off recently, like the writer's on hiatus or something, but the earlier runs are legendary.
Still with me, Mr. Hollow?
New loop, new opportunity. Are you ready to live? Summon the will to live this loop. Something else updated. Rue Valley, your new home. One loop at a time. Well, let's go.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me?
Yes, sorry, but I have to go now.
Mr. Harrow, please.
Spit it out already!
But now it says go south.
Come on, you thief!
What if I just don't?
I'll break you open
What if I
if
don't?
have to.
What if I just decide to instead just play hyper-casual protagonists until the loop ends? You know, I'm not going to follow what it tells me to do, because it told me to do the same thing twice. We're not going to do that. I think it just gives us random things to do. I don't think it actually gives us actual things to do that are useful. I think it just gives us random things to do. So we're just going to sit here until the end of the loop. Then we're going to see what happens if I don't do what it says. It's going to be nothing. But let's see. Enough of this for now. Does it acknowledge it at all? Oh, there it is, right on time. I don't get my willpower back, by the way. Because willpower is spent once it's spent. Let's see.
Still with me, Mr. Hollow?
New loop, new opportunity. Are you ready to live? Summon the will to live this loop. I can. I've already spent it. They gave me my willpower back anyway. What if I just don't? I choose something else. So you choose not to choose life? I choose something else. Well, perhaps next loop then, Mr. Hollow. Dr. Fink, I haven't been able to sleep for a very long time.
Is that so? Well then, if you happen to have trouble falling asleep tonight,
Reach for the pill.
remember, what I'm giving you is a mild, non-prescription herbal hypnotic drug. Nothing more.
Purple pill.
Hopefully, it'll help you calm down and get some rest tonight. We'll continue tomorrow. All right then. Now, you only need to pick up the key card for your room. And I'll call the receptionist to make sure everything is in order. Sounds good?
Thank you.
This is your key card.
Just wait for it to be over.
You must be very tired. Perhaps I'll tell you about it some other time. It's a really interesting story. Here.
Forced a pill down our throat. Using saliva as a lubricant, you help the purple capsule find its way into your stomach. Forget. Well, the sound of the loudest thunderclap jerks you out of your slumber. Back to sleep. Okay, so that didn't lead us anywhere. Thought I'd just try it. We're in loop 101,
Still
by
with
the way.
me, Mr. Hollow?
Oh, let's do it. Summon the will to live. Okay.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear? Mr. Harrow, please.
We've got to claim ourselves at the private lodge,
Give me
a
my
railing on the
coffee,
river route
jerk.
at the roadblock, and don't miss the opening act, the sunset. It masterfully sets the tone for everything to come.
Spit it out already.
Okay. Wait.
Come on.
Railing on
you
the river
thief.
route at the roadblock. Okay, so go north. Interesting.
I'll break you open if I have to.
This is an odd part of the game. I gotta say, it's a little odd. It's going somewhere. It's definitely setting you up for like. It's making you feel like there's going to be a payoff later for it. You arrived a touch early, an elegant decision. Let's wait for the show to begin. Uh-huh. The sun begins its majestic descent, closing the day's act of dignity, before slipping into its hard-earned sleep. Nothing wrong with rewatching your favorite show. Stay in the loop forever? What? Is this the... We reached an end? I mean, this obviously isn't the end. Because that would be insane. Oh, okay. I see. I see. And that's where the space debris is. Uh-huh. Oh. That's Percy Rugger. You're breathing. That's a start. Pain is coursing through your whole body. It's not like the pain of dying, but it hurts like you've been squished by a hydraulic press. Can you move? Oh no, that pain is returning. It burns me deep in my belly. I'm dying. Don't be a fool. Yes, you're in pain, but you're not dying. Far from it. See, without even thinking, you moved your arms and legs, then you were able to not. And then you were not able to do that then. Your whole body hurts like you've been beaten by manual laborers for an entire shift, but you're fine. Fresh bruises and skin-deep nicks. There doesn't seem to be any permanent damage, but pain pulses through you with every breath. The sunset landslide was worth it though, mostly bearable. Get up, slowly. Also lost our phone and we still have Frank's, interestingly. Okay. Reacquired. As the shock passes away, a realization slowly dawns on you. You were so certain that you explored every millimeter of Rue Valley reachable to you within the loop. Well, you were wrong. Well, that's space debris. And this is where we saw Judy, right? She should have been over here. Nope, never mind, this is a different place. But it is where Frank's car is. Oh, is he at the other side here? I thought the area looked familiar, but that could be because it's at the other side. You'd recognize this pickup anytime, anywhere, even if it were lined up with a million other trucks. Frank's car. Still, in addition to the obvious fall damage, it's not exactly the way you remember it. The river has deposited much silt, glistening with oily rainbows, and the winds have blown in so much sand it's as if the car has been here for a week at least. Check if the rear stoplight is still broken. That's a good thing. It is, but so is literally everything else in this vehicle. Doesn't mean jack shit. Observe the car as a whole. Wrecked like a giant child decided to vent their tantrum on it. So, if Frank's phone is not affected by the loop, maybe his car is the same? That would explain the accumulated dirt. Move the branch and enter. The pickup's cabin is a mixture of wind-blown dirt and years of its owner's negligence. The ashtray is chock full, so much so that Frank started killing cigarette buds in cup holders. The whole bunch of sprays, half-used duct tape rolls, and tools litter the place. Things you don't even know the names of, let alone their purpose. Anything in the sun visor? An unexpected photograph falls into your lap. It's Frank and Riley hugging in front of the Rue Valley motel. You barely recognized everything. It's like you peered into an alternative reality. Bobblehead on the dashboard? A dim light. You need to squint your eyes to focus on the figurine, a person wearing one of those Coral Destiny spacesuits. There's a small plaque at the bottom. First Commander Judith Resnick, it says. True love. A commitment with no bounds. Under the seat, there's only a crumpled soft package of Desperado gold cigarettes. Glove compartment. Only one heavy-duty work glove covered in oil and grease. But behind that is a purple business card with gold-coloured lettering etched on it. Ulterior paralegal? Nope. Madame Lorraine's Infinite Seance every Sunday from 8 to 9 PM only on Bell Radio. On the other side, esoteric dream analysis and fate divination. Call 484-887-1421. Seems like Dr. Fink's not the only one with the dream interpretation superpower. Well, some healthy competition is always welcomed. Maybe Frank persuaded this Madame Lorraine to create the loop. Or he called her to make sense of a dream he had. If he called at all, maybe it's just random junk. Well, well, well. A new area, huh? All of a sudden, the sky ambushes you. Streaks of amber and red start to twirl, and you know it's time for the reset. Your hopes of actually finding anything useful are crushed like a brainless bug under a heedless heel. Oh well. But wait, what the hell is that? It's Frank next to the thing. Frank's corpse. And to think you looked everywhere for it, only to find it here by pure chance. And for it to be snatched away by the loop. First a slap, then a spit in the face. Because how the hell do you plan on getting down here again without risking death? Maybe it doesn't affect you down here. Maybe you don't reset. You don't reset down here. Uh-huh. While I'm in the car, I don't reset. I'm guessing. Yup. What the fuck? What the fuck just happened? Some sights are not meant for human eyes, and that was one of them. In a world without surprises, this one hit you like a wake-up call. I'm more sensitive again. Okay. It was like the whole wide world was just a recording, and it rewound back to the beginning. So, Frank's pickup resists the loop, same as his phone. Yes, but you were not prepared for the consequences of that. You can try and wrap your mind around all this experience, but it will only shatter your brain. Better not to think about it too much. One thing is certain. You have unwittingly given yourself a fresh start. I've crossed the Rubicon. No turning back now. Maybe no chance to get out of this prison. Wait a second, if I can get up to the fancy car, I can then drive north, and that'll then get me to that location with people so much sooner. Well, I have to try. You're in a time loop, being updated again. Except there's a new location. Yeah, completely new location to the north you couldn't have reached from the motel. And I can arrive at other locations sooner. Uh-huh. Interesting. This time loop, you've chosen something else. So I'll hold to give up on that one. This was a loop well spent. Alright. Let's just see if I can go to Frank's body. Music's changed slightly as well. Once Frank's physical body, now an empty husk, rot or beaks got the eyes, so the stare turned towards the heavens is vacant. Instead of bloating, his skin is dried up and shriveled, giving Frank a perpetual grin of nicotine-stained teeth. There's no stench of death or decay. Maybe the overwhelming odor of mixed metals and acid coming from the river is the reason for Frank's desiccation. Well, so this is what the end of the road looks like. Death waits for all. Such is the human condition. So you're gonna just leave him rotting away like this? Well, but even if I did, the loop would probably just vomit the corpse straight out. A decent hypothesis, seeing how Frank's body is rotting away, though you can't really be sure what exactly would happen. There's so many reasons against burying Frank, and only one for, but maybe just a short speech, something that would commemorate Frank's life and death? I wouldn't know what to say. You've written several articles in structuring a eulogy. It will come to you if you let it. Well, I'll give it a try. You know how this goes. We're gathered here today to speak about this man of whom I know far too much. That's what happens when you mercilessly dig through someone's life. What's next? Come on, brain, remember all you wrote in those articles. Ah, yes. Here lies Frank Anderson. Are we going to describe him? A man who was led into death by love. At least he died as he lived. Next on the list, the deceased will be remembered for... well... the signal both of us are chasing. Sad as life will be remembered only by the signal chase, but it did become all of his life in the end. In the end, you might want to add, goodbye, Frank. Interesting. So I'm assuming that this was what was sending out the signal. It was sent back to Earth, and it was Judy's messages. So that might be the end of the Judy storyline. Like, that might be it. Because in a way, that's it solved, right? She managed to detach it. It fell back to Earth. She floated out there until she ran out of air. The messages just kept sending out. Unless I've misinterpreted things. This way? You can see the Kuiper Belt bar from here. In fact, you can walk there. I will walk there. I will walk. And this is why they give you a car on this end. So you got two things. One, you can go further north, and two, you can actually go back to the motel. Where I'm assuming someone like Dr. Fink would be like, where were you? And I'll be like, I'm in a time loop. And he'll be like, but you were in front of me and you disappeared, and then you have an ally. Alright. Let's go north. I'm going entirely for new direction. Drive north. And let's go. I'm definitely speaking to Percy Rugger. Who's calling? The screen simply reads unknown number. You feel betrayed by your own phone, masking the identity of the mysterious caller.
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
Speaking.
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
That sounds great, Mr. Rugger, but I have a question first, if I may.
But of course, Mr. Harrow. I'm here to answer any questions you might have. At your service, as they say.
Sorry, I need to hop on another call. Call you later. I thought you might have something to say. He did not. I forget how far north this was, but it was like at the point where you could almost see it, right? So it must be like 30. Like 30 minutes north? Also, I realized this means you can also reach places where you're no longer soaked. Not that that makes a huge difference to us, but... Okay. We're in arrival like a minute to spare. 5 minutes to spare. So where is this? You're in a time loop, as just updated. I'm at the new area. What is going on here? You're Walter. Walter? This is a Coral Destiny facility. Hey, Walter. Doesn't take you long to connect the image to the voice you heard over the phone. It's Ben! Wait, he's got one leg. Of course he's Ben. He just looks... He's grey hair. I was like, it must be Walter, but it's Ben. Why am I leaving him be? Okay, also it's somebody's sports car. Or car? Ben's car. Reminds you of your old one. So can I go in the tunnel? Nope. Okay. Interesting. Got a mine, and then we got this. An overly designed intercom, looking like it was ripped out of a spaceship's command deck. This can only mean one thing. Coral Destiny. Touchscreen.
Yes?
As the video feed switches to the face of a seemingly young woman, you feel a prickly sensation at the back of your skull. Can I come in, please?
That's not exactly in accordance with Coral Destiny's security protocols.
Wait, could this be... I have her name. Could this be Elise Watson?
But I don't see why not. Screw Coral Destiny's protocols.
That was easy. Okay. Well, this is unusual. What's this? There's also nowhere to go back there. I just want to see what the desk is. Dana's workstation, full of sciencey equipment and various papers. This is Dana, then?
Hiya! So sorry about that sterilization procedure, but it's necessary in a facility of this type.
That's okay, Dana. I'm just writing your name down.
And don't you worry about the chemicals, they are all organic in origin.
Oh no, I feel like my bowels are melting. What sort of person, or poison have you sprayed me with?
Don't worry, it's really quite harmless. To humans.
Oh, good.
Liquefying your bowels. Sounds like a psychosomatic reaction to stress. Are you from the Overshoot Forum, perhaps? It's not every day that someone from there comes to talk in person. But I've never seen you in Rue Valley, so you can't be a local.
Eugene Harrow. She takes your hand and her skin is soft and warm against yours.
Welcome, Eugene. I'm Dana Peters.
Dana Peters. Okay, we don't know you.
So, what can I do for you?
What's that forum you mentioned? Reboot?
Overshoot is an online gathering place for people that believe time is running out for our species, our civilizations, and our planet. It was a great community, but it recently turned sour. It's an echo chamber now, a place for whining, grasping at straws, and passing around copium.
Ultimate destiny of any place on the internet.
Unfortunately, yes. This forum just evolved into it much more quickly because of the subject matter it deals with, which pushes a lot of people straight into the jaws of depression. I stopped being an active member a long time ago, but I'm one of the founders, and people still find me, sometimes even in person.
Why was the sterilization process necessary?
You're among the rare few who have asked me that question. People usually accept it as a necessary protocol without trying to delve deeper. Most of the species here are hybrids of my own creation. Because of that, they are vulnerable to all pathogens. So, without immunity of their own, I have to provide it for them.
Okay. Why not simply design pathogen-resistant plants? Yeah, why not simply just make the plants immune? God, it's easy, right?
If it was only that simple. To do that, I would have to expose the plants to dozens, hundreds of pathogens, cultivate the strains that show the most promise. My long-term goal is to increase their resistances. However, in everything I do, I have to calculate the cost. Not in terms of money, but in terms of time.
Weirdly, we're doing the same thing.
My current generation, Gen H, is the best that I could do with the resources I have.
The plants around here look strange.
Understandable. Many of the species here are my handiwork, created with cross-hybridization and gene manipulation. This facility is my laboratory, testing grounds to discern what will work, what could work, and what will be a disaster. And since Martian conditions are impossible, the plants must be impossible too.
What is this place exactly?
Officially, Coral Destiny Research Facility number 8, but everyone knows it as the hydroponics farm, or just the farm.
How do you water all these plants? Rue Valley water is so polluted, it's like it's drawn from the bowels of hell.
An observant question. At first, fresh water was transported from outside of the valley. The same will be required on Mars. Large quantities of water will be delivered via cargo ships. Since water recycling and purification is necessary for the future colony, a section of my research was dedicated to just that. It's a long and complex story. But in a nutshell, the state of the Rue Valley aquifer is horrendous. It's been polluted with heavy metals, mining runoff, and ore processing chemicals. But with various methods, including introduction of certain bacteria and microbe strains, I've managed to purify small quantities of water, then enrich it with nutrients and minerals.
So you're saying you already have a solution for black water?
I have, yes. But it's only applicable to small quantities. To scale it for the whole aquifer would require billions, maybe more. All that money would be better spent elsewhere.
Okay. But why water? Mars has plenty of soil? That's a weird question.
Most of which is completely ill-suited to growing plants. It contains no organic matter, lacks essential nutrients such as nitrogen, and, critically, it's full of toxic percolates. Yes, we could purify and enrich Martian soil, but it would be a lengthy and costly process. Water is much easier to manipulate.
Isn't Coral Destiny a space exploration company? What does all this greenery have to do with rockets or space?
You are right, but up to a point. Rockets and space are only a means to an end. Coral Destiny's real aim is to establish a self-sufficient colony on Mars. Such autarky is impossible without food and medicine. That's my job. And this facility and all these plants, my life's work.
So you're the boss here?
Now I am. Of course, it took me quite some time to iron out all the disagreements with my CEO, then persuade her I don't need her ideas, let alone her hands-on management.
What was the disagreement about?
It's still there. We just opt not to discuss it anymore. Isabel wants self-sufficiency as soon as possible, so the colony can become profitable quickly.
Okay, so they've used the name Isabel before, but they used it when they were talking about Elise Watson. So maybe Isabel and Elise are like... I'm currently working under the assumption they're the same person and they renamed them in one dialogue and didn't rename them in another. But maybe I'm wrong.
I understand that establishing a base on Mars costs unthinkable amounts of money, and Coral Destiny is just a corporation. It must hunt for profit. But it's all foolishness, if you ask me. That colony must become a seed vault for our species, and you need long-term planning for that.
That's it, thanks.
Most welcome. It's always a pleasure to talk to a member of our pre-extinct species. I have some work to do now. Feel free to explore the lab, just don't touch the plants.
Alright, well there's nothing to click on, so... Probably just gonna leave, but... This is wild. Okay. Well, we have one more area to go to. And I do want to go to the end of the loop here because I want to, well, see if we appear back in the car. Rue Valley was playing hard to get, but you got everywhere. So we've now been everywhere in Rue Valley. Okay, interesting. Well, that gives you the scope of the game. That was something we were wondering about. Okay. There's the scope. Walter! The long, dark tunnel ends with an unexpected pool of weak light and a man standing in it, turning his head left-right as if in confusion or fear. Hello? Your voice ricochets through the dark. The figure jolts and turns towards you.
Yeah, Miner. You're not supposed to be here. Leave, now!
As your eyes adjust, his outline settles into detail. An old man, truly old. Sparse grey hairs stand like brittle antennae over his face scored by years. Despite the wild look, he carries himself like someone who knows this place by heart and simply lost the map in his head. Hello, I'm Eugene. Who are you?
Name's K. Walter K. You don't look familiar, Eugene. And you sound like an outsider.
So Walter K in the flesh. He seems safe enough, but a feeling gnaws at you. Something isn't right here. Walter, what are you doing here? He half turns, as if your question finally catches up with him.
First, you tell me. You support Bill Thatcher?
No?
That's a good boy. You might be an outsider, but your heart's in the right place. He picks or props 'em up, and there's nothing I could do. Except, I'm not without teeth.
But that was decades ago. His head snaps as if you stung him with your words.
Nonsense, boy. I lost the election 4 or 5 years ago. Apex Ore's still expanding, and no one's stopping them.
Ah. The thread of thought slips from his grip. He drifts into a low mumble, lost, not just in place, but in time. He's alive. Someone swore he'd wander back home sooner or later. Still, he isn't well. You can't just leave him like this. Walter, go home.
Home. Yeah, home. Maxine's there. She's worried. I just need to make sure everything's in order.
He's oblivious to your attempts to steer him. At least the loop keeps him safe. Okay, so we now know where Walter is. That's interesting. So where's Walter has been answered. What's this? Oh, that's Dana Peters. Okay. Interesting. There's nothing we can do with Ben? Really? Nothing? No, nothing we can do with Ben. Okay, so we know 3 new people now. Does that help us? No? Can I keep trying to go north? I want to drive north. Alright, I guess I'll drive south. Sure. Okay. And now? Boom. Whoosh. Oh, we also know that we've got the phone thing to do. You're here? Again? I thought I'd only reset here if I'm in the car when the loop ends. It makes perfect sense when you think about it. The loop doesn't reset. It rewinds. You saw it with your own eyes. That means I'll never reset at Dr. Fink's office again? You got your wish, didn't you? Getting attached doesn't seem like you. Move the branch and get out the car. Okay, so now we can access everywhere at different times. Which means we can go to all sorts of... Well, it means we can go to the K Ranch earlier, actually. That's the only other place that we know we can get. K Ranch and Bar are the only two places we know we can get to earlier. And we can go back to Dr. Fink, who knows that we disappeared. But beyond that, I don't know where else we can go. Interesting. Interesting. Anyway, this would be loop 102, I think. But... or loop 103. But, effectively, this is loop 2 in the car. That's where we're at. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.